All right, polish up Pinterest number 6. Who's ready? So, I decided to do it in watercolor, but you'll see my nails are stained because I did not try it in watercolor first. I tried some craft inks, did not work out, which I actually show you at the end. So don't worry, I show you all my mistakes. So here we are just taking that watercolor. It is Primo watercolors, and I will have them linked below. They're awesome. They were recommended by Talia. She always uses them. They are amazing. So I mixed some at the beginning, and you saw on that palette. And I wanted these to be bold, and we started getting there, but there was a lot of water starting to get on my nails. So what I decided to do eventually, when you see my hand turn, is I started really dipping into the actual watercolor paint versus what I had. There we go. You can see how bold that is. I went ahead and dipped right into that little block of paint, and I thought it ended up coming out really good because I wanted that bold color, and I think that really pushed me over to the edge to get that bolder color by actually dipping into the pan versus the pre-mixed. So we are going to switch views here, and then you are going to see me kind of touch up a little bit closer and again make it super bold. So I will just go ahead and let you watch this because I'm just moving the paint around. Now we are taking Ugly Duckling 146 and we are going to paint these other nails. Now I ended up reshaping them after the video and after I took pictures. I tried to modify the photo to kind of reflect more what the shape looks like because I just don't feel like going up and taking more photos, but I love them. And I thought this was kind of the perfect complementary color to the palette that was given to us and the other watercolor designs I did. So I only do one coat on all of the nails because Ugly Duckling gel polishes are so good. They're just amazing. So I figured I'd bring you really close up in here. So I have Jimmy Gel as my base. So you can see my tip has a little bit of a clear versus my other one, or like farther back, which is my natural nail. So I love Jimmy Gel. I pretty much only fill with Jimmy Gel now. The last 2 manicures I've done have been straight up Jimmy Gel because your girl has almost a 4-month-old and you know, time is precious here. So now we're gonna take Ugly Duckling Matte and put this all over that watercolor nail, which we are gonna go in with some more color. But I wanted this to kind of be sealed in just in case I didn't like how number 42 looked on the nails, which is a gold, and I wiped most of it off. So we're just kind of coming in, putting a little bit on the nail, and we are going to grab some alcohol. Grab a cheap brush because alcohols will dry out your brushes here. And again, just alcohol on the super thin, tiny brush that is just going to spread these out. So it's kind of blooming, quote unquote. I could have used blooming gel. Actually, I probably should have used blooming gel now that I think about it, but I make a mistake here. So this looks awesome, right? We're loving how this looks. I take Stick It. Do you see what I already messed up? I did this in my tortoiseshell tutorial as well. I didn't cleanse the nail. So all that pretty glitter is about to go away and be covered in foil. It doesn't look bad. The end result does not look bad. However, it was not the look I was going for. But instead of, buffing it off and, refining it and going back in, I just left it and we just embrace it. So I'm going to give this a cure once I finish the 2 nails and then come stick foil on it. And then we are going to top coat. So that is going to be it for the tutorial because we kept it super simple and that's what I wanted. A little practice probably ahead of time would have probably been better, but I like to wing it sometimes. So I will meet you back into the mistake and you can see where we went wrong. All right, these inks are awesome. I love these inks. These are my craft inks. These are more of the colors that I used, but I think the problem is I didn't mix it with alcohol ahead of time. So they are alcohol inks, but they are craft inks, so they're not gonna perform like a praise, something like that. There's those types of inks. And I really wanted that kind of spread out look, like bold and spread out. Well, I couldn't get there because every time I put it on top, it just kept going. I probably should have stopped here, but I didn't. I kept going, and then it just looked like one color to me, and I didn't like that. So then I'm like, okay, let me put it on the pan, wipe it off, put it on, wipe. Yeah, it just did not work. So you'll see me do this one and we kind of fast forward. I don't spend much time on here because I'm already like, I don't like it. Let's move on. So yeah, that's it. I didn't like it. I should have pre-mixed it with alcohol, I think, and it would have turned out a little better. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching my mistake and I hope you learned from it and stick with watercolor if you don't know what you're doing, aka me. Stick with watercolor. Thank you guys. Have a great night.